guys, hope you're all well. Right, next instalment on the Enfield. As you've seen in the last video, we sorted all the neck out on the tank. We tidied all that up. This one, we've got to do the brackets for it. I've already started some of it, but we're going to get on with the metalwork side of it today. Yeah, as you can see, it's sat on there. I've done these little inserts. I've done this on them before and it's quite successful and neat and tidy way of doing it. They'll have a bit of a threaded stud, so they'll literally screw in and join to the one on the other side and obviously trap them there in the frame, and then there's enough thread left in there for our little bracket to bolt on. So what we're going to do today, we're going to come up with a nice little bracket. I've done these several different ways over time. I've done them just a flat bracket and done a nice little aluminium cover over them. I think I'm going to do this one slightly different and work out a nice bracket with some nicely shaped sort of strengtheners, gussets on there, and do it that way. And that way it can all be black and it'll sort of blend in with the frame and sort of disappear. That is the plan. So I've got a bit of rusty old sheet over there, 3mm, which is going to be good enough. And we'll do some little sketches on there, cut things out, and hopefully come up with something nice. So that is the plan today, and finalise a couple of things on the frame. Then that's that lot ticked off the list ready. Oh, look at this. See this here? And a trail going over here, and then a splodge of really nasty coloured oil. That's from a very poorly Honda. Shedding a little tear. That Honda's been testing my patience. I sort of knew this when I got it because it came really cheap and I knew there'd be some problems, but yeah, there's been quite an epic journey with that thing behind the scenes. I might actually film the last bit of it, trying to put the last few bits, hopefully, fingers crossed, right. But do you know when it gets to that stage where you just have to walk away from them for a little while because they really testing your patience? That's where I am with that bike at the moment. It's I've been losing sleep over that, but hey-oh, it's one of them. Hopefully the next couple of problems, I've gone through 90% of that bike, getting it all up and running and sorted out, but there's been a few more issues. Let me show you the gearbox oil. This is not good. Bear in mind, this gearbox oil went in not so long back and it's only had 2 rides. Look at that. Yeah, I'm sure it shouldn't be grey. That's not nice, is it? So yeah, it's got a water pump problem. Common thing on these apparently. That Honda's got a Boyson water pump, sort of a higher volume water pump, but some bright spark had blocked the wheel pole up with a self-tapper screw. So the wheel pole's there to tell you if you've got a seal problem, and it comes out the wheel pole, your coolant, and obviously then you've got to dive in and fix the seals. But someone has shoved a self-tapper in it, blocked it up, so I've had coolant going everywhere and into the gearbox oil, which is not good really. But like I say, I've abandoned it for a bit. I don't want to completely fall out of it because it's been problem after problem after problem after problem with it. So I've just abandoned it for a little bit because that's been my evenings and weekends work putting that bike right. So I've had to walk away for a little bit because yeah, I'm starting to lose sleep over the thing and that's not good. Anyway, let's dive into this and get it sorted. Right, let's start with just the basic bracket first. Hello, Blue. As soon as I sit down. Hello, mate. Come here. Come here. Oh, no, up here. Say hello. Come on. No, okay. Right. John, this pen. What should I face on that? crazy dog. Right, where are we? I'm not quite sure. I'm going to go for 2 inches long. Same width as the aluminium bits we've done. Thereabouts. Obviously we need 2 of them. And let's mark that one a bit better. Draw around that bit. So we want the radius to follow these. And when we cut these out, we'll put them back to back so we can trim them up so they're exactly the same. That should do it. And also we've got to pop an hole in them as well. Glasses on. Just nip them corners off now. Get that radius a bit better. Let's check it with this insert that it's going up against, because we wanted to follow that as best as we can. That's not too bad. So we can clamp them together now, get them tidied up so they're exactly the same. And then we can mark the hole out and pop that in. Clamp them up. That's got it. Right. See, we've got some very slight differences. So we'll just trim them up. Then we'll know they're exactly the same then. Tiny bit off on that side. I think what we'll do with that is mark it up, give me a line to follow. There we go. That should sort that out. That's better. Let's just skim over them. A bit of rust removal using the flat bit of this belt. Okay, just a little scoot round on the wire wear now. That'll take any sort of sharpness out of it, and then we'll get on with the next bit. We'll go over the edges. Better. Look at that. I had my back to the door while brushing them little things. Some cheesy crackers have appeared. I don't think Blue brought them up because they wouldn't have made it up the garden. Oh, that's nice. Put them aside a minute. Have them later. Cheese and pate. Right, where was we? Sneaking in behind me. Okay, so they're all nice and tidy now. The radius is good. So we're going to mark up for the holes, and then we can start laying it out for the strengthening bits, the gussets. And you need to mark one up so I can clamp them back together to put the drill through them. That should do us. Clamp them back up again. Right, good to go for drilling. I don't think that drill's the best. Right. Okay, moving on a little bit. Obviously we put the pilot hole through them. We've got some 12mm holes in them now. You'll see why I've done that in a minute. We've got M8 bolts that are going to mount the tank. So we're going to make some little brass washer sort of insert type things now to go into there. And obviously using them will help to sort of save the paintwork when it's done. So over to the lathe, got a chunk of brass in there which we're going to turn down into little inserts for them brackets. What do you pair want? Hey, what do you pair want? All right, big ears. Blue barging through, eh? All right, big ears. What do you want? You got no food up here, mate. You've had it all. We got nothing. Nothing. Right, let's get on with this brass. Okay, what we want to do here is just put a step in these so it goes into that hole, and then pop an hole in there, 8.5. I'll just actually make that slightly undersized, so we'll give it every bit of chance not to damage the paintwork when the tank's all been painted. Oh, that'll do nicely. An 8.5. Parting it off with my terrible parting tool. I'm just putting the drill in there a little bit so I don't lose the bit we've done down the back of the lathe. I keep meaning to put a board across there. I'll lose so much down the back there. I have to retrieve it. There we go. Okay, so far then we've got the 2 inserts, the start of the 2 brackets and the 2 little brass inserts. So these will go together like so on the inside of the frame. Get them. They'll lock into the frame like that. That gives us enough thread on each end for obviously the tank mounts, which will be like so. These little brass bits will go in there. There's the washers, and we've sort of got that going on. Right, next we've got to come up with something to make these a little bit stronger. Because they're no good just sitting on the tank like that. They probably wouldn't go anywhere, but we do want to make them a bit stronger. So we'll sort that bit out next. Right, next we've got 2 strips of metal, a 19mm socket stuck in the vise, 2 adjustable spanners to give us a bit of leverage. Get them in there. And hopefully we can get a bit of shape around that. At least get a bit of the curve started. It's not going to be the best, but we'll beat it into submission somehow. Right. Take that out of there. I'm going to try and do it all cold. Put some flats back in. And just keep sort of coaxing it round. Yeah, let's go again. We'll get it as near as possible doing this. Slowly coming round. Right, let's try the next bit with tapping it closed. As you can see, we are quite a way off yet. This is got to be on the inside of this. Anything by hitting it like that, this is going to want to try and go into a point. So we've got to keep that going down as well. I'm not too bothered about bruising this because it's quite a lot got to go on with it. Dressing up wires and trimming off and stuff. I've got some grease from somewhere. Where's that come from? Yeah. Let's get in there. Clamp it to the socket. That's a better radius. You see, we've gone over what we need. That'll be easy now just to bring them bits back out. Nearly. We're nearly there. That's doing all right. I think I'm happy with that. Okay, moving on. So I've got the other one together. I actually used a bit of heat on that one, but I just went through that one cold just to show you things can be sort of formed cold, and that is 3mm. So next we're going to attach these to them. and then we've got a fair bit of trimming to do to put them into some sort of shape that looks okay. So yeah, we're going to grind the edges off so we've got a bit of space for the weld to lie in, and then we're going to dress it all up nice and flush. Next job. Let's see how these dress up. That's not too bad. I'll do a bit more finishing on that. I'll just get the other one up to that, and then we'll tidy them up a bit more. Okay, we'll just go around them with the belt now. Right, I've got a couple of little dips on this one. I need to pop a bit of weld in. That often happens when you just tack things round, which I did on them radiuses. So I'll just fill them up first. Okay, next we want to cut these tabs off, but to start with I'm going to cut them at an angle, both sides, because eventually that bit's going to follow the shape of the front of the tank. So we'll just cut the angles first, and then it's going to be a case of just basically bolting this up to the frame and slowly getting that shape in so it follows the tank. Next cut we're going to do, mark the front there just as a bit of a guide, and then we're going to cut back from there at an angle to start with, and then we'll start adding a bit of shape to that. So this is just literally, we're just roughing it out. There we go. We'll get the other one like that, and then we're going to start trying to get it in shape on the bike. Okay, just get them burrs off there now. Taking shape. Right, now to basically bolt it to the frame, and then we've got to start trimming these so they fit nicely around the tank. So there's going to be a bit of messing about there, but we'll basically keep chipping away at these till it fits the tank nice. Bolts we're going to use. So we've got stainless fixings, but I like to take the sort of the numbers off the top and dome them a little bit like that one. Just looks a bit better. In fact, let's go through this one in my dodgy sort of way of getting it to that stage. I know some of you engineering type people are probably going to shoot me down for how I do this, but I said before, I use this lathe more like a pottery wheel. So, bolting. Oh, we've got a visitor. Hello, mate. Hello. You come at all the right times, don't you? Hey? Come on then, you're going to get something in your paw. Come on. And this, and go for it. Again, this little void here in the belt, I'm using that to sort of dome it up a bit. I know there's probably correct ways of going about this, shaping a correct tool to cut it and things like that, but yeah, we were just doing it my weird way. Quick check, see if we've got rid of all the numbers and letters off there. That's looking about right. Then another dodgy operation. Let's see what that looks like. Right, I think that's good. Next stage, bit of polishing. Right, swap the wheel. A little buff up with a softer mop. There we go. That looks a little bit better than how they were. Probably getting them a bit shinier, but that'll do for now. So, right. Next, we're going to put these onto the frame. Set it all up how it's going to be, and then we've just got to start sort of chipping away at this area here till it fits the tank nice. Right, now these bits, brass insert, bolt. I'm bleeding. What's happened there? Oh well. Right, bolts in. What's going on here? There we go. Right. Now, what we gotta do now is slide the tank up and keep dressing these back till it fits on the rear tank mounts down there. Right, so we've got the tank up against there, so that will now give us a little bit of an idea where we're going to start trimming. Both sides. Somewhere around there, so pop them back off and trim them up. Tell you what, we ain't far off. We ain't far off at all. Right, I've had a right mess about with this tank. It's been a bit awkward actually. So I've had it on and off several times. It's getting quite late now, so I'm a bit gutted because I can't do no grinding, because I did want to actually finish this off in this video, but hey-oh, we'll quickly get it done in the next one and on with the next thing. So yeah, it's an awkward one because with these M-Fills, obviously the nature of the bike, they ain't exactly up there on high-tech precision, if you know what I mean. So we've got several different things going on. It's like these gussets on the frame gussets, they're over to one side on the frame slightly. The tube that passes through the frame is to one side. The filler necks are never in the middle of the tank. This is not exactly in the middle of that top tube that comes up. They are a bit all over the place, so I've been trying to sort of get the best out of it with all them differences that we've got going on. I think I'm about there. So tomorrow we'll quickly get that welded up in the next video and all dressed in, and finalise a couple of bits on this big chunk here, so it's all done and complete. I've got to admit there was a couple of bits on the frame that I did forget, so we'll take care of that and get it sorted. The brackets that we've just done, these will be trimmed down a little bit more into a nicer shape. They're just like sort of the start of it to get us going, so I might do them a bit straight, then put a radius in there, then stepping back into the tank. We'll see. I'll sort that out as we get to that job, but first I do want to get them tacked on. I'll say I'm pretty much happy with where it's sitting now with all the differences we've got going on. So we'll get them tacked on tomorrow, get them all dressed in so it's all nice and smooth, and then that's that one done. So yeah, let's say it's gone 9 o'clock at night now, so I can't make any noise. Never mind, we ran out of time. Time beat us today. So yeah, I think that'll do. Thanks again everybody for absolutely everything. Very, very, very much appreciated with the support with this build and the channel and everything else. I appreciate it all immensely. Anyway, see you in the next video. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.